So today we are going to discuss the topic research paper writing, right? Are you able to see the slide?
Yes.
Yes,
This is
Doctor.
a
Yes, Doctor.
very important topic from the practical purposes. Whatever things we do, how good we do, that will be only recognized if that is presented in a very good form, right? In some sort of the papers or thesis or like that. If work is good, but that is not presented in a better way, but presented in bad way, your all the labor, effort is not going to give you the desired result, right? So writing part or research paper writing part is a very important, and we have to keep in mind that one. Even in our university also here, when the thesis is evaluated, the measured marks of the percentage of the grade is to the writing. How you are going to write the title, is the title is clear or not? And for that purpose, you can see the already supplied material to you about the how to write the thesis or that guidelines. I think I already shared that in the Telegram group. Okay. For each thing, there is some criteria. Against that, there is some marks you can obtain. Besides that, whenever you are going to write any article, thesis for the publication in the journal or the conference or any place, we have to take a lot of care in writing the research paper, right? So today we are going to discuss some guidelines, some standard practices we follow whenever you are going to write the thesis or any research paper, right? I have taken basically this material, most of the material in these slides from this website. Okay, this is a very good website. So let us start with the first one. Before writing any thesis on any research paper, you should know that who are your audience, right? You are not writing for the general public. You are not making a statement about, let's say, not a political statement you are making or something like for the general purpose or like that. There is a specific community interested in that kind of the research, that kind of outcomes. They are working in the same field. They may refer to your research paper, your article, your thesis. So what is the mentality, how they're going to read, what is their level? That should be in your mind, right? If you're going to submit the thesis for evaluation in the masters, you should know who should be the examiners, what is the level of your examiners, what he will be expecting. Okay, so you should know your audience, and knowing your audience means knowing about the how he can evaluate your work, so that you can present your work as per the liking or the what is expected by the your examiner, your audience. So style and the writing that you are going to use, that should be appropriate for your audience. Study them as they are the manufacturing selection of highly regarded papers. You can get the information about your audience for whom you are going to write the paper or the something by reading their work, how they are doing their work, how they are writing their work, what is their style, right? So you can follow that one, or you can at least take some lessons from that one. Okay. Second thing, most of the time, not here only, everywhere in the world. Students make a lot of the grammatical, typo, and other kind of mistakes. And if you are going to engage your professor or supervisor to correct that kind of the mistake, he will have the very little time to give the any constructive or the valuable comment. Right? Yeah, Srinivas, you want to say something? So try to improve. You want to say something? Unmute your microphone, sir. You are trying to write something or highlight something. No. Remove these lines. If don't want to highlight anything or say something, okay? So mind it, keep in the mind that your supervisor professor not here to teach you the basic grammar or spellings or English. They are here to guide you about the topics, about the methodology. If there will be anything that is not expected or that is going out of the way, okay? So you are responsible for the mastering the basics of the language, in which language you are going to present your thesis, right? And nowadays, this work is become very easy by taking the help of the word processors like Microsoft Word and others. In that case, you can have the spell check and other facilities there. If you are going to have another software that will look after your grammar, I can give you some information about that one. There is a Simulate DNA, please remove your mark, whatever you're trying to highlight. Okay. So let's say this is a software, you can say, if you are able to see this Grammarly and other kind of the software, these are known as a free online writing assistant. Using that, you can check the grammar that can suggest you where to make the changes. Automated grammar checkers like this one. So you can use this kind of the software and you can save a lot of time of yours and your supervisor. So go for the all kind of the online tools, IT tools, software tools available to you, right? Use that one. That will make your writing more perfect, more better, right? Third, most people's first draft are terrible. Whenever you are first time writing something, most of people's writing is not as per the standards. And good writing is the rewriting. Writing again and again, looking upon the grammar, sentence structure, and all the things. Content, whatever you are going to present there, right? 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, you are reviewing that one, each and every sentence. Before giving your manuscript or your paper, your content to read by someone else, first you have to be sure, okay, I have written the good one. Many times we face the problem of the copy and paste. People take some material from somewhere and paste in their thesis. That kind of the practices is known as the plagiarism, and that is not acceptable in the research paper writing anywhere. that can put the student in the big trouble, right? If some strict control applied, like in the good universities, they have the software Turnitin and others to check the plagiarism. Another software I want to share with you, if you I want to give the information. That is known as the Turnitin, and you can see if you look up on their website, Turnitin empowers students to do their best original work. Okay. Most of the good university have the subscription of the Turnitin. Here also in Ethiopia, maybe some university have. I'm not sure about our university because till date I didn't got any idea that they have the Turnitin like that. Okay. So most university have the Turnitin, and by using this software, they can check a lot of the millions of the resources available online, from where you have copied or taken the some sentence and highlight that in your paper. That will give the percentage of the copy and paste or plagiarism you have done, right? So nowadays it has become very easy to check whether you are doing the original work or you are copy and pasting from the somewhere, right? So plagiarism. What is the plagiarism? Plagiarism is the act of presenting another's work or idea as your work. You are not giving credit to them. You are writing the same sentence written by someone, taken them and presenting as your work. Whenever you are writing something, that is your writing, your opinion. If you are not giving any citation, any reference to that sentence, that means you are presenting from your mind. You are writing from your mind. And that is a simple cut and paste job. And we see most of time here people presentation. But if you want to do the good work, become a good academician, good teacher, refrain yourself from this kind of activity. No cut and paste. Whatever you are going to write in your own words. If someone's idea has to be shared, taken, and presented, proper reference, proper credit should be given to that person. Okay, I am taking his idea like this. Or if same, let's say, same thing you want to say, other person already said somewhere, presented in some other paper, then don't take his sentence. Paraphrase that one. Do the paraphrasing. Right? How? For example, let's say this is direct quote from some research. Let's say Japan's beautiful Mount Fuji has erupted, and you want to say the same thing. So you can say like this one, Mount Fuji, not using the same sentence in the same manner, but paraphrasing, say different type of the phrases you are going to use. You are presenting in the different style. If you are going to take these sentences and present in your thesis or your research paper, that could be simply known as the copy and paste. Whereas if you are going to change that one, like this will be known as a paraphrasing. Okay. So you can get rid of the plagiarism charges by using the paraphrasing, presenting the same thing but in the different style, right? So that is the solution for not going for the plagiarism. not directly copying and paste. Right? This is generally not acceptable anywhere, plagiarism. If somewhere some work is accepted earlier or like that one, in the good university, if you're going to that do the plagiarism, they can ban you for some years to work or do the research like that one. This is known as the academic crime, taking the credit for others' work, others' statement, others' sentences. Right? Okay, next. Whenever you're going to write, do not use more words where fewer will do. Unnecessary using. Maintain using of the more and more words is going to give the headache to the examiners, to the readers, and all the people. Be economical. Economics is always helpful. Be efficient in using the word. Right? Some examples here, like in place of the utilization, you can use the use. In order to 3 words, you can use only 2, like that one. And this kind of the style you can develop over a time, not in the one day, reading out a lot of the research papers, good research papers, not the 3rd grade and 4th grade research paper published in the trade journals or like that. Reading the good research papers, good thesis, how they are using the different kind of the style, sentences, wordings, like that. That requires some effort. Practice makes the man perfect. Okay? So if you do the practice of the reading, writing, like that one, no one can stop you from achieving the perfection in writing, right? Whenever you're going to start the writing of the thesis or research paper or anything, first make the outline, a skeleton of your writing, like, okay, there should be abstract, there should be introduction, there should be literature review, and blah, 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 differences like. Then subdivide. In introduction, there should be background, there should be problem statement, there should be research question, like blah, blah. Make that outline first, major outlines, headings. And with the subheadings and that one, you should have the concept, what key idea you're going to present in that one. And in which order you are going to write all these, so that there should be a sort of the storytelling. All the elements connected, each paragraph connected to the previous and the later one. There should be a flow in the writing. And not the last but the least, there should not be grammatical or some sort of the mistakes in the spelling, like that one. Even your work is very good, your research is very good, but that is not presented in a good way. You won't get the due credit for that one. Right? So first you are going to make the outlines and organize your ideas, how you are going to write your papers. Think about the structure of the paragraph. Each paragraph is going to present something different. Why we use the paragraph? If you don't know, go search the Google. Why the paragraph is needed in the writing? Paragraph presents the key ideas related to the some themes, some topics, something. And whenever there is a difference going to happen, we change to the another paragraph like that. Also, a lot of students make the mistakes in terms of the tenses. Use of the tense. You know, na, we have the three tense: past, present, and future tense. If something happened, you are reporting from the past, that should be reported in the past tense. If something going on, continuing, that should be represented in the present tense. If you are going to write about the future research direction, what should be? What will be in the future? That should be in the future tense. So you should have that idea in which tense what has to be written. Okay? A lot of mistakes made by the students, not using the proper tenses. Right? Captions should not merely name a table or figure. Whenever you are going to insert any table or figure in your research paper, okay? Whenever you are going to include any table and figure in your research paper, that should come with the caption. How to write the table? Table caption always come at above of the table with some description. What is the content of the what you are going to present in the table, that should be reflected in the caption. Same way, what figure you are going to present, that should be reflected in the figure caption. And generally, figure caption come at the bottom of the figure. That depends upon the requirement of the university to university, what guidelines they have given. Mohammed Kabdul raised his hand. You can speak or you can tell me your question if you have any doubt of it. Don't take too much time. Speak. If you are raising your hands, means you want to convey something, you want to discuss something, you want to raise a question. Okay? If you have the raise your hands, please speak. No? Okay. So, how to write? Don't leave any caption or any figure caption or the table caption to be completed at the end of your thesis or your research paper. Whenever you are writing or including some figures and table in the thesis or in the research paper, that time only you can put the captions or heading of that table and figures. Okay, that is a good practice. We cite a lot of the work by others in our work or our writing to support our claims, to support our ideas, to support our concept, to support some research gaps, to support that there is a problem that we are going to solve. But whenever you are going to cite means refer anyone. Give more importance to the ideas, not to the author's name and the year or like that. Okay, because idea is the more important. People are not so important. The topic is important. The research is important. Right? So you can see this. If you are going to cite like this one, Marx 1982 found, here Marx is important. If a person is of the very good personality or like that, very important to report his personality or his name, then you can write the sentences like this one. Like if someone's saying or comment is of very important, like Einstein, whenever you're going to refer to Einstein, itself he is a very extraordinary man. And whatever he said, so in one or another way, all people are going to believe. So in that case, you can use that. But we should be more focused to the ideas, not to the people, not to the author. Like whenever you're going to write something to report, don't beg from the examiner or for the people that please accept, okay, this is interesting. Don't write that this is a very interesting topic or like this. Prove this with your data, with your findings, with your results. Why should one believe on your sentence that this is very interesting, this is the amazing, this is something? Don't use that kind of sentences. With your data, like here, for instance, the large difference in the mean size between, we are talking about the population C and population D. And also it's saying this is particularly interesting. This is not a proper way, the good way to present some findings. In place of that, you can write mean size generally varied among the population by only a few centimeters. Generally vary between the population few centimeters, but between C and D is the 25 centimeters. So few centimeters is the generally accepted or observed value of the variation, and if that is the 25, this is really very interesting, extraordinary things that is happening. So if you talk in terms of the facts and figures, that will be more acceptable rather than just saying that, okay, this is interesting, this is amazing, this is good, this is brilliant. Why should one believe on your sentences like that one? So this with your data, your findings, your results. So then don't tell them what is interesting, what is not. Let them decide. Present your results or your anything like that one. Whenever you're going to write the results, write about your results, what the result is, not about the tables and figures and like this. Okay, you can refer to some figures or tables you have presented, but not discussing only the tables and figures, but discuss the implication of the result, why that result comes like that one. Okay. Tables and figures can be a part of your study of the result. So make your writing like telling a story to someone. And generally the story is listening or reading is an interesting one. If someone is not interested in your work, he can't read it. And if the people are not going to read your work, that is of no use. Okay. So making a story out of your work, how you are going to present, what should come first, then another element, then another, what should come at the end, right? You have to organize all these ideas whenever you're going to write. In the discussion section, develop a strategy for the what to discuss, where to start the discussion section. Most of the people start with some sort of the limitation. Okay, this was the limitation with this study and that one. This is not a good way. If that is not a bigger problem to be reported, start with some sort of your objectives in a restatement of that one or some results. Instead of that is the basic idea to go further and discuss what is the implication of your results, how they are going to affect or change. In support, cite some literature. If some literature is supporting your findings, you can make the reference to them on. Okay, this and this also have the similar kind of the findings when they are doing the, you can this. Or if there is a contradiction, you are going to contradict the someone work. You can contradict this and this has done this work, their result is like this, but we are getting like this one due to this region like that one. Okay, this is the most important, more important part. Up to the result, whatever you do, that is clear, that is a fact and figure. You have to apply your mind to check the inference, check the how to interpret your result. That is all about the discussion. How you are going to interpret your results, right? Introduction and conclusions are the hardest part to write in any research paper thesis. And you know that this is the topics, they are generally written at the last, but they come at first, like abstract. Most of the time we write the abstract at the last, after getting all the results, because abstract consists of the result also, that consists of the methodology also, that should have the keywords. Generally, abstract is written at the last, but that comes first in the any research paper or thesis. Same way, introduction also consists of the brief background of the whole thesis. So that is also written at the last time before submission or like that one. And to make the introduction good, you should have the balance of general content and the specific focus. You are going to start from the very general ideas or concepts, and then you are going to focus on your topic, your problem, your discussion, how to solve that, your methodology, and what should be the expected outcome of it. That may be. That is going to make your introduction good one, right? Okay, we have left with only 1 minute of the time right now. If possible, can we extend this class after some time, after 5 minutes? Again, we can start, or we can meet tomorrow. Is it possible to have another class today itself?
Yes.
After 5 minutes.
Sir, after 5 minutes.
Yeah, again we can connect on the Zoom using
Yes,
the
sir.
same ID and password.
Sure. Continue.
Is it possible?
Okay, this is possible.
Yes,
Possible.
we can
Okay.
continue
So,
now.
after 5 minutes again, we are going to have another Zoom meeting. Okay.
Yes.
Take the break of the 5 minutes. Okay. We'll come again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.